Thank you for joining Sertl Optics 360 Pulse. 360-degree imaging is part of everyday life. Sertl Optics technology is being designed to accelerate the delivery of life-saving resources, ensure aerospace safety, enhance surveillance capabilities for protection, and increase immersive experiences across the globe. This podcast, 360 Pulse, is dedicated to featuring immersive technology and the innovators that are working on these capabilities. Thank you for joining us. Today, we actually have Kara Jones. Kara Jones is an innovation and entrepreneurship professional who's also the director of Genius New York at the Tech Garden. And this particular program is the world's largest unmanned systems program, and just really remarkable. We live in a region that's very close to Troy, New York, this close to Griffiths, and there's so many resources for people that are in the UAV environment. And so with that, Kara, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
So can you please share a bit about the Genius New York program, and since you've been really there since the beginning, how it's changed and grown over the years?
Absolutely. So Genius New York is funded by Empire State Development, and we are at the Tech Garden, administered by Center State CEO right here in downtown Syracuse. As you mentioned, Genius New York is the world's largest business accelerator competition for uncrewed systems. We are actually in our 7th year. We'll be getting applications for our 7th year. So currently we have 5 teams that are in year 6. Each year we invest $3 million into 5 teams, and those teams have come from all over the world doing awesome, cool tech in drone technology.
So just to give a sense of how, it's so exciting that we have the globe literally in Syracuse, New York. Can you give us a sense of the different countries that are participating or have participated?
Absolutely. So we had our first international team, Photokite, that came out of Switzerland in 2018. And from then, it's just really grown. We have a pretty good international brand now, and a lot of international teams want to get into the U.S. market. So we've had teams, I think we've had 13 international teams out of the 31 teams so far, coming from places like Israel, the UK, Australia, Italy, Netherlands, Germany, and actually 2 teams from Poland.
Wow. So having had 6 cohorts so far, what are some lessons that you've learned that really allow people to have a successful program with you?
Yeah, so when the program first started, we invested mostly in early stage companies with either 1 or 2 founders that made up their whole team. Companies that needed maybe customer discovery help, and some that were still building their MVPs. Over the years, we've started to see more advanced companies applying to the program. Companies that have, their product in the market, have raised funds, have paying customers, have teams of 5 or more. So over the years, we've really had to adjust our programming to fit all different kinds of companies in their stages, in terms of workshops, speakers, events, to be valuable for everyone. So teams coming in now are at all different stages. What might be valuable to one team may not be for another. So we try and give teams content that is relevant for where their business is today and where they want it to go. So maybe a customer discovery workshop's great, maybe a legal panel, or maybe it's a series on how to navigate through cybers. So I've personally learned that one size does not fit all. Another thing that we've learned is, Genius is unique in that all the teams involved are usually doing something to advance the UAS industry forward. So these companies like to collaborate, they like to partner, jump ideas off each other. That's been really special and something that has grown over the course of 6 years. So getting the teams together without an agenda is sometimes the best thing ever, and also a good lesson that I've learned. And lastly, I'll say that we used to start our program in January in Syracuse. And I'll just say that it's a little difficult bringing in, companies from Israel and California to Syracuse in January. So now we started in August, in sunny, beautiful August in Syracuse. So that's been a big change, and I think a really great one.
So really it sounds like there's this natural affinity between the peers from the cohorts, and that they're doing some creative collisions on their own and collaborating. I just want to announce here how grateful we are to be part of the community. We were cohort number 2. We were cohort number 5.
Five. I
Scott?
was like, two.
Yeah. No, because we were 2 on Luminate. So
Yeah, so you guys were 5. Yep.
yeah, we're cohort number 5, and then we recently we'd been talking and really supporting the community. And as many people know, we actually have an office at the Tech Garden so that we can participate even more with the existing cohorts. And this year, we actually have a relationship with Archangel Imaging that actually won last year. So that's really just kind of showing how the compound effect of the cohorts collaborating. And I'm suspecting that more and more collaborations, informal and formal, will be happening here. You do have a reputation, Kara, in particular, as someone that builds not only a network, but a community. How have you done that? And what is important to you in terms of the secret sauce of building that community?
Yeah, I mean, we love our Central New York community and our region. So Genius is part of the Tech Garden, which has been great, as well as the larger Center State CEO community. So already teams are meeting members from both those organizations. The buy-in from our local community is really supportive. Our first event is a bail series, so banking, accounting, insurance, legal, and the amount of support coming from our community that want to be a part of that want to meet the teams is truly just really great to see. Then there's the whole aspect of just tourism, right? Like these teams are coming from around the world, and we have to show them Syracuse and the surrounding regions. So it's nice that we have events at the zoo. One of our partners, One Group, has given us their Crunch hockey box for games to enjoy. We do a yearly ski trip at Greek Peak. Our investor partners, Armory Square Ventures, have hosted us in Skinny Atlas to do a boat trip. So, I really think that a rising tide lifts all boats, and our community has really, really supported the Genius New York program and everything involved at the Tech Garden. Because they know, this company, though it may be small now, is going to grow, and we've seen growth, and it's been remarkable to see the community rally behind this program.
Wow, that's really exciting. What we haven't talked about is actually the pitch and the pitch process. And now, you brought up a great point about the fact that it initially was with startups, and now you're actually seeing more advanced companies come and participate, which says a ton about your brand. But that also means for some of the startups and some of the other people participating that they're going to have to be more sophisticated to participate. Or is that a myth that they would have to be?
Like I said in the beginning, it's kind of a mix, but we have seen more and more later stage companies applying. That doesn't mean that we won't invest in an earlier stage company, but the idea has to be there. And so what makes a good pitch is probably, I am not a judge. I will just say that we have an advisory board that judges, but what I've seen is, you got to understand your customer and that there really truly is a need. What's your total addressable market? Who's your competition? And we don't like hearing that we don't have competition. There's no such thing as that. Another big one is why Syracuse? What makes our region a great place for your company to grow beyond the $1 million investment? Is it being able to access the New York State FAA designated test site? Is it the idea of collaborating with past teams? Is it the excitement of our new Tech Garden expansion? We like to say that we're not just an accelerator that's giving away money, but we are helping you grow. Your success is our success, and we invest in the company. I mean, we're here with you from day one, and we want to continue that relationship. We want to help you in any way that we can because, at the end of the day, we want you to be in Syracuse, and we want you to contribute to our economic growth here.
Can you share a little bit about the Tech Garden expansion? That's something
Absolutely.
that I don't know that everyone knows about, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're super excited. We are building 2 more floors on the current Tech Garden. So it's a $25 million expansion that's going to add 46,000 square feet of more offices, more meeting space, which will nearly triple the number of startup companies that can work here, which means that we'll have the ability to spin out more growth companies. And I've heard that we're having a roof access to launch drones. It's just going to be a really, really amazing spot to grow your company and we're excited. I think it's going to be 2024 that the project is complete, the fall of 2024.
Well, we're really excited. This last year, we had 2 new employees as well as 2 interns, and we need more space. So I think it will be super fun to be part
Yeah.
of that growth story as well. Ian Gauger, our COO, is also had a previous life of his. He's got so many lives, but one of them was as an architect.
One.
So
Yeah,
it's so
right. So
interesting.
Ian actually helped with a lot of our strategic planning on, what do current entrepreneurs and startups need and want for the future. And we really, we're excited to launch this and share more plans with the community as it unfolds. So.
Well, and this is part of my homework is I didn't realize that you were waiting until August for your next cohort. So we're going to have you back as a guest again, probably in July, just to help support getting more people to participate in that experience, because I think it is something that's so very important. And New York State has been really great for seed funding and to really help us start. So it's fun with Upstate Venture Connect to see the regions, even though, we have an office in Syracuse and an office in Rochester, we really feel like that whole corridor is our community. It's part of our ecosystem. And are you seeing more of that?
Absolutely. I mean, when teams come in, they don't really know that, they don't know the region lines or the county lines. They just see New York State and all that there is to offer. So I think partnering with other accelerators, partnering with our friends down at Griffiths, I think it's just the more the merrier. At the end of the day, we want growth in New York State, and that's what it's all about.
And there is something like, it's fun. Like you guys, you and Emma have, I think fun is one of the ingredients that like you literally, anybody applying has to get their top golf game together. And I think one of the benefits of our Genius experience was the ability to participate at AUVSI and some of the other, there's so many other benefits strategically as being part of Genius New York. Can you share a couple of those benefits, as well as how people can better leverage the resources that are available to them?
Yeah, that's a big question, Jen, because we do a lot and it's hard to even keep track of it all. But I will kind of just go on what you said. So one of the conferences we go to is AUVSI, and it's a huge unmanned or uncrewed systems conference. And what we like to do there is we like to go to the conference to help our brand grow, but also, like I said, your success is our success. So we open that up to teams. We've had 8 teams in our booth every year. We help them from paying for it to getting introductions and helping them be visible as well. And so beyond that, we have a lot of mentors. We help with marketing stuff. I mean, there's just so much that we do beyond just here's $1 million or here's $500,000. It's hard to put what is best in order, but there's a lot of stuff that we do and a lot of resources. We bring in great speakers. We brought in a pitch coach, Nathan Gold, from the Silicon Valley to help teams just with their pitch for finals night, but also beyond finals night and getting that Series A. What does your pitch deck look like? We've partnered with Starburst, who's another accelerator in the defense and aerospace industry, to just open doors to their investor network. So there's a lot going on with Genius, and a lot more that we're excited about for Genius 7. And I know that you said August, but our program actually starts in August, but we're taking applications as soon as February. So spread the word. And yeah, we're excited to open the application up and just get more teams.
That's great. The way that we are going to be distributing 360 Pulse is also on our website, and each program will be released as a blog as well, simply because there are so many, as you heard Kara explaining, there are about 3 different links to people that you may not know that we want you to have access to, and we're really excited to have those resources here. So when this is released, I hope you're hearing this, and I hope you'll immediately go to sertloptics.com and look for our podcast section and find Kara there. Thanks for being here. This has been a lot of fun, and again, we'll have you back. Thank you for joining us, all of you on 360 Pulse. We'd like to thank the Institute of Optics, Genius New York, Luminate Accelerator, AFWorks, Cider Technologies, Archangel Imaging, and AUVSI. Special mention to our producer, Scott Fitzgerald at RockFox Studios here in the heart of optics expertise in Rochester, New York. And by all means, we hope you subscribe to this program. Find us on Twitter and LinkedIn. We're also very interested to know other people in immersive technology that have positively impacted safety and human connection. And if you know our story we should feature or a guest that we can have for this conversation, please let me know. You can reach us at info@sertloptics.com. Thank you for joining us.